at different levels. In terms of plant physiology trials, we have identified that silicon application indeed increases grain yield modestly, and what we also observed that it has ameliorated negative effect of water stress, and we also observed that one entry, at least two entries, are tolerant not only to water stress but also high temperature stress, that is RP6469 and IET 31512. And we also identified entries which are tolerant to anaerobic germination plus salinity stress. At several locations they both occur, and entries which are tolerant to anaerobic germination and osmotic stress, and entries which are highly tolerant to submergence. They are even better than FL478, and we also have identified low light stress tolerant entries. As far as entomology trials, 2 minutes sir, okay. As far as entomology trials are concerned, we have identified several donors which have been identified as promising. One important trials is that IPM trial under DSR condition, wherein we got significant inputs and later consistent entries along with promising entries which have been tested for 2 or 3 years, which are tolerant to at least 2 or 3 diseases. And we also started a special screening for small spot resistance from 2024 in several identified hotspots, and we have got interesting results. And in terms of acre monitoring, this year, except for a few centers, all the centers were thoroughly monitored by our own team in addition to CRRI and also IRI, and this has been done very, very successfully, and that proof also through our meta-analysis of data. I think in addition to incentivization, we should also establish focused screening experiments and facilities through private sector funding or through external funding agencies for selected biotic and abiotic stresses. I sincerely thank all our ICR authorities for supporting our ECRIP team and then constantly being with us. I thank each one of you for patiently listening and then attending this presentation. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Sundaram, for the exhaustive presentation of the work being carried out at IIRR. We missed out welcoming Dr. Sharda Jayalakshmi. We would like to welcome her with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you. I now invite Dr. M.G. Peek, Director Acting ICAR CRRI, to share his remarks on this occasion.
Good morning, one and all present in this hall. Honorable Chairperson, Dr. Mangilal Jat, Secretary DR and DG ICR, esteemed Co-Chair, Dr. D.K. Yadav, Prof. Science, DG Prof. Science ICR, respected Chief Guest, Dr. R.S. Proda, former Secretary DR and DG ICR, distinguished guest of honors, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, Professor Eldas Ganaya, Dr. A.K. Singh, Dr. S.K. Pradhan, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Dear colleagues, scientists, and participants, a very good morning to one of you. At the outset, I extend my sincere gratitude to ICR for organizing this momentous Diamond Jubilee annual Rice Group meeting celebrating 6 decades. This milestone is not just a celebration of time, but a tribute to the relentless efforts, scientists, farmers, and institutions that have shaped India's science landscape. Reflecting on the history, the journey of the All India Coordinated Rice Research Improvement Program began in 1965, over the decades with support from global partnership like Rockefeller Foundation, USAID, and commitment and support from ICR. ECRIP evolved in the Directorate of Rice Research in 1975 and later into the Indian Institute of Rice Research in 2014. Today, as we mark the 60 years, we honor a legacy that has positioned India as the world's second largest rice producer and global exporter. This is achieved through synergy between institutions like IIRR and CRRI and our nationwide network of ECRIP centers. ICR CRRI, we take pride in our role as a key partner in this journey. CRRI is coordinating ECRIP trials for rainfed ecology. We oversee 11 breeding, 4 agronomy, 2 pathology, 2 entomology and 2 physiology trials in 38 different centers from all over the zones. From pioneering work in biofortified varieties, stress-tolerant varieties, to achieving water-sufficient practices like direct-seeded rice, our collective efforts like empowered farmers and stakeholders for food systems. However, the road ahead demands urgently climate change, depleting resources and nutritional gap compete us to innovate further. We must accelerate the development of climate-resilient rice while prompting carbon-smart practices and soil health-centric approaches. The ECRIP Rice Network, the largest crop-specific research consortium in India, exemplifies the power of collaboration. As we celebrate today, let us reaffirm our commitment to bringing science with policy and scaling of farmer-centric technologies. We also need to foster public-private partnership to unlock global markets for India's premium rice varieties, basmati, aromatic rice, and biofortified rice. I extend my appreciation to the organizers for curating a robust agenda. Special thanks to our scientists from IIRR and CRRA for their hard work. Their work is pivotal as we navigate the dual challenges of productivity and sustainability. In closing, let this Diamond Jubilee be a platform for renewed vigor. This year is very special and will be distinctly remarkable in the history. We have 2 genome-edited rice lines on board for identification. If approved, these would be the first genome-edited crops in India. As we align with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and the Sustainable Development Goals, let our research, resource, nutritional security, farmer prosperity and ecological resilience. Once again, I congratulate IIRR on this historic occasion and wish all the participants productive and inspiring rice scrutiny. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the role of ECRIP Network and its collaborators and taking rice research to great heights. I now invite the esteemed guest of honor, Dr. S.K. Pradhan, ADG FFC, to give his remarks.
Chief guest of the inaugural function, Honorable Dr. Paradaji, former Secretary DARE and DGICR. Chairperson of this inaugural function, Honorable Secretary DARE and DGICR, Dr. Jagji. Co-chairman of this session, esteemed Deputy Director General Crop Science, ICAR, Dr. Yadavji. DDG Education, Dr. R.C. Agrawal, two Vice Chancellor of these local universities, Madam as well as Dr. Janeya from PJT SAU, and Honorable Dr. A.K. Singh, and two directors of the institutes, Dr. Sundaram and Dr. Beg, and Dr. Mr. Bhalotia from industry side. Here I find former director of this institute, Dr. B. Misra, Dr. Rabindra Babu, Dr. Anand Kumar, also former CRRA director, Dr. B. N. Singh, and with us eminent personality, Dr. V.P. Singh, Dr. Hesar Das, and many more eminent personalities here. I also welcome all the participants from all the center, from NRI as well as from IIRR and all the collaborating center A hearty welcome to you all to this Diamond Jubilee celebration. You know, this is a very important crop, and our production this year reached up to about 138 to 140 million ton. So this is a very record production, and for this all the team, you deserve appreciation. Suitable technology and varieties you are developing, of course with the hard work of the farmers. So you deserve appreciation. Again, this is a Diamond Jubilee celebration, year of Diamond Jubilee. So I congratulate you all. So if 140 about we are producing, then we should not be complacent. You know, our target is for Viksit Bharat, it's about 165 to 70 million tons. And the challenges are many. Of course, the gap is very less now. Is 140 and 165 will be targeting. 20 million tons is not big, but the way we have to produce, that is a challenging. It's more challenge in future we will be thinking. Particularly, you know, the stresses we are facing now, climate changes, adverse effects like drought, submergence, high temperature, diseases, insect pest. So these are the challenges future we are going to have more, and occurrences very frequent, unpredictable way. So these are the very important thing. Again, these extra production here, 165 million tons, we will be producing without damaging our environment. That is emission we have to see. So, you know, there is a call for by 2070 we should be net zero emission. So up to 1947, by that time which we target for our Viksit Bharat, that time at least we have to produce our target 165 million ton, at least 50% of the emission reduction emission. So you know, another challenge concern is that rice emits a lot of methane, of course livestock also. So you have to think that how to minimize that emission. You know, variability also exists for emission. Also there are methods, so that this, though it is emitting more, we have to also reduce that through research. Again, challenges like, you know, we achieved food security, but we did not achieve nutritional security. So for that, we have to also see biofortification like iron, zinc, protein. That is happening very good. But thing is that the varieties which are being developed, not becoming so quickly, not becoming so popular. As if you compare with wheat very soon they spread to 10 million hectares. But here it is like very slow. So you have to see the breeding program so that the popular varieties recovery will be maximum, and it will be similar like the popular one, so that farmer will accept more. So similarly also I can say about many input use and efficiency. We know a lot of misuse, environmental pollution we are doing by applying fertilizer like NPK. The use efficiency is very low. So we have to develop varieties which are more efficient, and also some methods wherein we can reduce the pollution and maximize the fertilizer use efficiency. Like in case of wheat, BNI, and so also we have to think in case of rice, the methanotrophs, that is the methanity bacteria, those type, we have to think now in a different way, so we can reduce these losses, emission like that. Again, another important thing I want to say here is the profitability we have to see now. You know, unless it is highly profitable, the young people will not be attracted. So we have to add value to our products. Particularly, see, if we can make it for beverage, more oil content, more mechanization, like that, if we can do more of such things so that the people, there will be a continuous more profit. You know, in case of Japonica, the beverage making is very high, but in case of Indica, it has no. So can we deploy those map and deploy here in case of Indica? Similarly, oil content, you know, very healthier oil content in case of rice. So that content, we should know the genetic mechanism, and we should be able to transfer in superior background, so that the oil front also will be getting better oil. Similarly, I want to highlight one more thing, is, you know, we are producing about 200 million tons of straw, and due to unsuitable thing, people are burning. But if can be rightly, we can think, and there should be something like new chemistry to it. Say if we will be reducing the oxalate content, lignin, it can be a good fodder also. But similarly, if hemicellulose and cellulose content, we will be thinking low lignin, then can be very good 2G bioethanol. So these area you people you should think, and so that we will be getting clean energy more, and more thing like whatever we are emitting from our rice, energy we are using, at least we should think for clean energy either through bioethanol or through solar to our implements and machines. All these things we should minimize here. So in that direction also we should think all these things. So I don't want to save more time, many people are here. So thank you very much, and wish you a very successful Diamond Jubilee celebration. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the increasing of productivity, reducing emissions, emphasizing biofortification and straw management, and many other areas that are the need of the hour in rice research. Thank you, sir, for being a part of the rice family always and guiding us. We now invite another eminent member of the rice family, Dr. A.K. Singh, Emeritus Scientist, ICAR, IARI, to please address the gathering.
A very good morning to each one of you, honorable and most revered chief guests, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Without much ado, in the interest of time, I would like to draw your kind attention, and particularly of the honorable chair and the chief guest, on a few very important points. We know that the rice export brings $11 billion out of $48 billion from agri-export, which constitute about 20 to 25% of total agri-export. So we know how important rice is, including $5.5 billion from basmati. Now, considering this, what is going to be our plan for future, for 2047? And that is where I think Indian Institute of Rice Research, Central Rice Research Institute, IARI, APIDA, All India Rice Exporters Association, Food Corporation of India, all have to sit together and brainstorm to develop a national rice policy to meet domestic and international demand. What is going to be our strategy? Food preferences are changing. Even within country, people have become so quality conscious that in eastern Uttar Pradesh, the habits are going out of cultivation. The area is declining sharply because a few very high quality varieties have come and they are being preferred by farmers. So that rice policy needs to develop at the national level. Second point, excellent progress has been made in genome editing, and Dr. Yadav will give the exciting news. But one most important point I'd like to highlight here, that we are under the clutches of intellectual property rights. And we need to intensify our research efforts to develop our own IP. And some excellent work has been done at this institute and also at CRRI Cuttack, but we need to focus more in that area so that we are not bound by IP regulation internationally. Third point, Our chairman is a champion of regenerative agriculture. He had spent his lifetime on conservation agriculture, crop residue management, laser leveling, and has brought transformation in this area. The entire life he has worked on rice seed cropping system. Now for regenerative agriculture, monitoring, verification, and development of protocol is very important. For any practice for carbon farming, regenerative agriculture, as the country, we do not have the protocol for evaluation of carbon credit in terms of value. We say international value of carbon credit is $35 per unit. But in Indian context, depending upon the practices that we are using, we need to work and develop our own protocol. This becomes extremely important to push forward this particular area. Excellent progress has been made in the area of biofortification. Large number of biofortified varieties in rice and other crops have been developed, but these need policy support. There is no incentive for the farmers who grow these biofortified varieties. So why they will grow? If they have to sell these biofortified varieties at a minimum support price of 2,300 rupees a quintal like any other variety, where price MSP is given based on cost of cultivation. It is not based on how much nutrition is present in the grain, how rich or dense the grain is in terms of nutrition. And we have to value nutrition because consumers pay for nutrition, and farmers should also get money for growing that nutritionally rich rice, so that has to be a separate policy for popularization. Then, in terms of promotion of direct seeded rice, we have to have a nationwide plan to map the direct seeded rice area. At block level, at district level, identify the blocks which are suitable, which are not suitable. In Punjab, we have roughly 25% area that could go to DSR. It cannot be for the entire state. Likewise, for each state we have to do. Fortunately, we have excellent technology in terms of herbicide-tolerant rice varieties, which will take care of controlling the weed, which has been a major menace in direct seeded rice. So this mapping is required. Likewise, next point, mapping in terms of nutrition, profiling of soil, in terms of nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, and our chair is a great agronomist, and he knows that based on nutrition, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, soil can be classified into high, medium, and low. Now we have nitrogen use efficiency genotype, we have phosphorus starvation tolerance genotype. The areas where these genotypes are deployed, can we take a national decision that in those areas the phosphorus supply, DAP supply can be reduced? If we have a soil map and we have the genotype deployed which can perform well under low phosphorus tolerance, and the areas which are rich in phosphorus, they need only high in phosphorus, they need only 25%. So can there be a guidance that DAP supply to these districts and so on can be limited because there is no requirement and farmers are blindly putting there? So that will be extremely important to take a decision on that. Now coming to another very important point, we have our chief guest, Honorable Dr. R.S. Paroda. I was a student in 1989 in Rice Section in Division of Genetics when he launched the special project on promotion of research and development efforts on hybrids. And in 1989 he prepared a document, I still have a copy, which said that by the year 2000, remember 1989 he wrote, by the year 2000 we should have 2 million hectare area under hybrid rice. We are in 2025, still stuck up at 3.5 million hectare. We are not growing further. This year we have produced almost 80,000 tons of hybrid seed, of which 20,000 tons will go in the export market. Some will remain as a carryover. Around 50 to 60,000 will be sold, which will cover nearly 3.5 million hectare, not more than that. Why we are not growing? And that's where the question comes, that we need to have hybrid enabling policy. The state government of Punjab has taken an official notification to not allow sale of hybrid rice in the state of Punjab. Now, if that is the kind of stand taken by government, when these hybrids are scrutinized for their quality, for their yield, for their biotic, abiotic stress tolerance, and they are released by a national system, either our system is not competent or failing, or whatever blame is being put on the technology is wrong, and we need to stand with the data and say that this is not fair, this should not be done. If there is a concern of milling recovery in the rice hybrids, and if it is really low, we need to look here. If it is not low, then millers must understand, government must understand, because there has to be a win-win situation for the millers, for the farmers and the government. Government is saying for every quintal of paddy, we want 67 kg of rice back. Millers are saying that we are getting only 62 kg of rice yield out of 100 kg paddy. So how we will pay? We are at loss. So if that is not correct, then millers should understand that. So these are the very important points I wanted to highlight. I will not take much time. Dr. D.K. Yadav is doing excellent job as a mission leader of hybrid program. We have national program on hybrid rice and also genome editing project, and both these projects have paid really rich dividend, and they will go a long way in making us self-sustainable in rice. So with that, I would like to thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting all the researchable and policy issues concerning rice, especially for incentives for giving to the farmers for growing nutritionally rich rice. I now invite Professor Aldous Janaya, Vice Chancellor, PJTAU, to offer his insights.
Good morning to everybody. Most respected and eminent scientist of the nation proud, Padma Bhushan, Shri R.S. Parolaji, and we have the most dynamic leader of the world largest national agricultural research system, Dr. M.L. Georgi, as the Director General ICR and Secretary DATE, DDG Crops, Dr. Yadavji, DDG Education, Dr. Agarwalji, a very eminent rice scientist of the nation proud, Dr. A.K. Singhji, Dr. Pradhan, and other distinguished guests, and the most important, my colleague, Dr. Sharda, and the most very dynamic director of this institute, Dr. Sundaram. So, and my colleagues here, past directors, my own past colleagues, friends, namaskar, and welcome to all this great event. I feel myself very pleasure to be here because I am the alumni of this institute. Started my career 1992 July. I always feel a hope coming. This institute has a great history. Started and sown seeds in, I think, 60 years back as a small coordinating center and grown like a Mahavriksha today in the 60 years. So we did some small impact study, I think, taking into all the scientists working in the National Agricultural Research System, including ICR and all SOUs, sometime back, in 20 years back. There were 850 scientists are working on rice, either full-time or 50% of their time and above. I think that's the official data we have, but that was updated data. So such a great history, and started from Dr. S.V. Shastri ji, Dr. Freeman jointly, sometime, as I told, early 60s. Then Dr. Sitaraman, the second director, I remember, of course at that time PC, project coordinator. Later, Dr. Siddiq. Afterwards, Dr. K.G. Pillaiji, later Dr. K. Krishnaya, Dr. B. Mishra, who is now among us, in front of us. Later, Dr. B. Viratmaji, Dr. Olet, and now Dr. Sundar. I think all this credit and the achievements goes to all the directors of this great institution. Today, this institution was grown because of the hard work and efforts of the all directors, private coordinators of this great institution, and the director generals of ICR, deputy director generals. So it's a collective effort. We as a local host institution always feel proud that the local agriculture university at that time is Andhra Pradesh Agriculture University, hosted this great institution and founding partner of this great institution. And we hosted even Dr. S.V. Shastri and Freeman residential quarters are still there in our university. I think still we are using that. So we always feel proud to stay in those such a great people who lived there and contributed for this nation building. And many people, I think, might not be aware that another fact that even before 1965, we have a Himay Sagar rice research scheme started in 1928 in the same location, just adjacent to from this institution, maybe within 2 kilometers away from this institute. The rice research was well connected with this area after construction of the Himay Sagar Dam in 1917, which was completed in 1925. Then the last rulers of the Nizam, they started this rice research scheme in 1928. Earlier we used to call HR series rice varieties. From HR means not Hyderabad or hybrid rice. Himay Sagar rice 1, 2, 3, 4. Even before JR releases, there was a variety called Hamsa. I think still very popular even among the rural areas. So the area has a big history, and we as a local agriculture university from the state of both, now today we have 2 states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, 2 states together were the founding partners, and as an institution, ECRIP, as an institutional innovation, in fact, in the entire public sector agriculture research, contributed immensely. Because when I'm an economist, I did some impact study. As an institutional innovation, as ECRIP as a whole, facilitated for release of nearly 1/3 of the total varietal releases. Without probably ECRIP, many varieties would have not been released, because ECRIP facilitated, interstate movement, inter-institutional free movement of the varieties through this institutional innovation. And this has become a role model. Every one of us knows that. We always feel that ECRIP has become a role model for even IRTP, later INJER. Likewise, several coordinated networks in the international system, also in Africa. So we contributed for a global institutional innovations as a success of this ECRIP system. We should feel proud of that. This has a big history. Then the achievements are much more greater than history. When this ECRIP started, just our rice production is just about 1/6 of what we produce today. In fact, in Telangana, I think, let me just very surprising that I was looking at this latest data. Whatever India used to produce, the total rice in 1947-48, when we got independence, today Telangana state alone is producing the equal quantity of the rice production. That's a tremendous impact on the production side. That's primarily due to the varietal improvement and many other factors, particularly irrigation and policies, several multiple factors. But that's the kind of great achievements of this great institution, not only in Telangana, but entire country, even entire other countries. As I mentioned to our dynamic DGs of yesterday, that the varieties released in India are very popular in other countries. If you just go in the everyday morning in the food plate of many Southeast Asians, you can see the rice, Indian rice genes, they are eating every day. So that's the kind of great contribution, not only to Indian food security, Indian rice economy, Indian economy, but also globally we played a greater role, not only in terms of varietals, but also as an institutional building through showing as a role model. And if its impact of this entire ECRIP is much greater than even the achievements and history. So beyond measurable, I think every one of us knows already. Dr. A.K. Singh sir was telling. Now we are now exporting. Started with the deficit 60 years back, maybe mid-80s self-sufficiency. Today surplus. We are surplus by 50 to 60 million tons of rice. Looking for a market outside. Already we are exporting more than 20 million tons every year. Even Telangana alone now today is surplus by 5 to 6 million tons. And we are very happy that we already helped as a university side, as a knowledge partner, helped the state government to form the state rice policy, and we convinced the key officials that we should export rice officially from government to government, and we all know that the Philippines is the largest importer and India is the largest exporter, but somehow there is no government to government trade between these two biggest export and importer. And we broke that barrier about just 1 month back. Now officially, now Telangana rice has reached Manila, and Filipinos are now started eating the Telangana rice now. So we started that. I think we need really, as Dr. A.K. Singh was telling, the national rice policy and what is for domestic consumption, what is for buffer stocks, what is for export, what kind of export varieties are preferring in different countries. What is needed in Africa may not be relevant to Southeast Asia, and it may not be relevant to Western countries and the US. So I think we have to have a very clear strategic rice policy. I think the need of the hour. And also breeding. I think I always now started with focus on high yield, and we achieved it. That was the need of the hour. But now breeding for nutrition, breeding for climate, breeding for export, breeding for market, breeding for value addition. So all things have to be reoriented. We need to reorient. I think we have to change our mindset and also priorities according to the needs of the society. Now society needs are different from what it was 60 years back. So I think with these few words, Dr. Sundaram, we are always with you. As we know that we are a founding partner of the ECRIB, we continue to be support, and we feel like a family. It's a collective effort of the agriculture universities. Either now today we have two, one in Andhra Pradesh, one here, but we too always have founding partners, continue to be founding partners, and in all aspects. And thank you very much. And I wish the ECRIB to grow further, make much more greater impact on the society, not only in India but outside, to bring the good name and fame to the nation. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for your insights. I now invite another guest of honor, Sri Ajay Balotia, Chairman, Fortune Rice, to please give his remarks.
Respected ICR sir, Chief Guest sir, and other dignitaries of ICR and respected scientists of the India. Good morning. I am Ajay Bhalotia, promoter of Fortune Rice Limited, and I am also a General Secretary of All India Rice Exporter Association. Thanks, first of all, thanks to invite us to such an important event to share our views or our concerns, and thanks to all of these scientists who have done a lot of work for the industry. I thanks IIR for non-basmati varieties and IARI New Delhi for the basmati varieties. Due to the help of IARI new generation varieties, we are able to export more than 50 lakh tons of the basmati rice export from the India. It's your help that we reach we were able to make a big brand in the international market of the basmati rice. Thank you, all the scientists associated with IARI for the basmati growth in India. As a representative from the industry, we have some concerns which now hunting the rice exports from the India, especially in the basmati rice. As you have seen that new pest resistance varieties are coming day by day, and definitely these are the new version of the old varieties. For example, if we say 1121, that is converted into 1718 and now in 1885. Similarly, 1509, that is converted into 1692, then 1847. And yesterday I come to know that one more version is coming, that is the Bakani resistance 3136. So sir, there is a concern that if these new varieties are coming with the new names, and when we are exporting it, so it takes a lot of time to establish it in the market, to convince the importers or international market that this is the new varieties which Indian scientists have developed. But when the name will change, so it giving a very huge concern for us that they are not ready to understand that it is the same parent variety, but the name has changed to another numbers. So we humbly request, make a strategy that if it is coming a new version of a same parent variety, so it should be like that. It is the same parent's name, it will remain the same, but its version changed to 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Because if it is not happen, so definitely some bad players are also in the industry. They misuse these numbers and then they export the wrong variety with the wrong name, and it spoils our reputation in the international market. Second, the same thing is that we are developing the new varieties of the every rice. It is maybe basmati or non-basmati, but according to our knowledge, no denotification has been done. Denotification of the old varieties which are not available in breeder seeds or which are not available in demand. So ICRA should make a mechanism that if it is going on and new seeds develop and demand is okay for the new seeds, the old variety should be denotified so that farmer as well as exporter as well as a processors, we came to know that these varieties are no more in the market. Second, as all of you know that seed is the backbone of the agriculture. If we produce the good seed, so definitely we'll get the good produce. But according to our knowledge again, there is no proper system of traceability of any of the seeds. Any person who put just a cleaning machine and buy the raw material, especially paddy, wheat, maize from the market and just reprocessed and sell in the market as a seed. So we request to the ICR again that make a policy to find the traceability of the seeds so that we know as a processor, we farmer know as a grower that from where the seed is coming and what is the background of the seeds. So definitely we can make a policy like that. Traceability tag or traceability on the portal is most important for all these things. And for all these, definitely ICR need the support as a basmati rice industry or even non-basmati industry from the South India. We are ready to make a joint venture with ICR for every effort they are doing for awareness of the new varieties, the awareness of the pest controls in the new varieties to the farmers or international market, and research program. We are ready to make a joint venture with ICR. So I thank you to everyone for giving us this opportunity to speak at this stage, and we will listen our request and give us opportunity to serve the nation with them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the insights from an industry point of view for rice research. We now invite the next guest of honor, Dr. R. Shraddha Jayalakshmi Devi, VC Inaugural, to please give her remarks.
Respected dignitaries, Honorable Dr. R.S. Parodaji, Honorable DGICR, Dr. M.L. Jadji, Dr. Yadava sir, Dr. Agarwal sir, Dr. A.K. Singh sir, and Dr. R.M. Sundaram sir, and all the dignitaries and eminent scientists and invited members. Good morning to you all. Rice being the very important crop, which is the staple food of billions of people, and it is important for nutrition and also food security. Indian Institute of Rice Research is doing a lot of research and also contributing much for the growth of rice crop, and it is also doing enhancement of production, productivity and profitability with all the collaborations from IRI, CRRI and other state agricultural universities and agri centers. I congratulate entire rice scientists for contributing much for the rice growth and also for doing this Diamond Jubilee celebrations. But still we have a lot of challenges because the farmer preferences, consumer preferences are changing day by day, and climate change, emerging pests and diseases, even the nematodes, and lot of problems are being changed, and always the scientists, they should be alert to face each and every challenge when it is being faced. So here, every day, we need to be in the farmers friendly research. So here, IIRR is doing many varieties, the DUN series, that is DRR DUN series, and also contributing much for the rice development. But still, we have much emphasis should be given for the direct decision rice, biofortified varieties and low glycemic index varieties. So always the Rice Research Institute doing for the betterment of the farmer and also for the increasing the income of the farmer. And as State Agricultural University, our university, Acharya Injiranga Agricultural University, is also pioneer in rice research. Our mega varieties Samba Mashuri, MTU 1010 and Vijeta and Swarna, all these are also contributing much for the nation production. Always we will be having the collaboration with the IRRI. I hope in future also all the rice research scientific contributions will develop the much growth of the rice crop and also help the farmer. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Madam, for your remarks. We now invite the next guest of honor, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, DDG Education, ICAR, to please give his remarks.
Most Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. R.S. Pradaji, our newly joined Director General Secretary there, Dr. Manjat Saab, my colleague Dr. Yadav, Dr. Sundaram, our Vice Chancellors, all esteemed guests sitting on the dais, all the rice leaders sitting here in this hall, all the participants. So first of all, I am thankful that you have invited me and especially Outlier, who is not a rice worker, but still I am one of the participants today. It's a great learning for me to know several points from the presentation Dr. Sundaram made and my colleagues, Dr. A.K. Singh and others, and especially the colleague from the industry side. So because I am an outlier, so I will give some out of context points, so maybe they can be considered. Sir, I had a talk with the president of the Indian SAP Association last year, Mr. Gill, and he really gave me a lot of ideas. So my first point, my suggestion is that in a year or in 2 years' time, we can have some discussions, some kind of conference with such stakeholders, like the SAPs. I had a talk with the director of All India Institute of Medical Science, AIIMS, in New Delhi, and he also just told that we do not know what kind of research is going on, so that we can recommend accordingly to the patients that these are the biofortified crops, these are the nutritious things. And similarly with the dietitians, I think that also we can have some kind of discussions, or we can invite in such group meetings where we can just tell them what really we are doing. Because ultimate stakeholders are there. They can recommend or they can just tell that what kind of problems they are facing when they are making pizza, when they are making burgers, when they are making different items, what kind of different things really they require. So those kind of discussions, I think, can also be held sometimes in the year, 2 years, 3 years time, whatever is there. My second point is there are a lot of international issues, because I have got at the Production of Plant Varieties and Farmer Sites Authority as Registrar General. I was also associated with National Biodiversity Authority. I know a lot of international issues are there. So for access, benefit sharing, other kind of things. So those kind of discussions, those kind of, like I can quote one issue, the digital sequence information, DSI. For the DSI, for the last 8 years, we are struggling, and there is no consensus among the countries. So what can be the consensus from our country? So those kind of things, I think they can be discussed in such group meetings where all the leaders, the great visionaries, they are sitting here. I think they can provide their inputs so that we can come out with some strategy, so that our 1 or 2 persons who are representing the country, they go with the full information, that this is the information from our different stakeholders. In the same way, I think this is the largest ACRIP in the country, the oldest ACRIP in the country. So what contributions we have made, like for achieving these sustainable development goals? How much, due to our research, how much water we have saved, how much gender equity we have addressed. So all those in 17 Sustainable Development Goals, what contribution this RISE group has made. I don't think any study has been made, but can we make such a study and present in these annual group meetings, so that really we can come out and just say to the government that yes, these are our impacts. This is our return on investment in the RISE research. This is the contribution we are making for 2047. This is our strategic planning for 2047, for gender equity, for whatever issues are there. So they are out of context, not the researchable issues. Research is important, but these things to show our presence, to show our impact, to show that how we are contributing towards this national goals, interests. So that also I think can be discussed here. In the same way, how we are really going to tackle the issue of this dwindling labor issues. So what are our policies for this mechanization in this RISE? Complete policy that how slowly we are going to tackle this labor issues and other kind of things. There are many such issues. I'm not an expert for all those things. But what I am saying is that we can discuss these global issues, we can discuss this genetic erosion, the status of the genetic erosion, how we are going to replenish this, how we are going to rejuvenate whatever is stored in our gene bank, and many other things. I think you have all the long list of all those issues which we can discuss. My last point, I will not take much time, I know we are hard pressed for this time, but one point I just want to make. It's a time for the micro-learning. Because I am heading the agriculture education, and I know the importance of the micro-learning. People do not want to learn from the large capsules. So, like you see, the reels are most like now. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So, to make the people aware about this, can we make the micro-learning programs 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes in different languages? And for language, I can just tell, we developed one small video of 5 minutes for this importance of this agriculture education. And one company just approached me, it's a Ministry of Education subsidiary, that said we can convert this video, which we have developed in English, in 22 languages. And the same voice. So if it is a voice of Amitabh Bachchan, voice will remain same, but it will start speaking Telugu, Tamil, and Malayalam, and any language. And just in 2 days, he gave me a sample. He didn't charge anything from me. But I think if you give it in different regional languages without any efforts now because of this AI, so let us have some strategy for adoption of this technological advancements. Now it's a time for AI. So what is our policy for adoption of this AI? I think we can discuss for IoT-based solutions and for all this, whatever technological advancements are there. So because we have to popularize these nutritional aspects, we have to popularize whatever research we are doing, so that farmers can really adopt, can really see in a very funny way. That's a small video I can just see and just see in a very adaptive way whatever is being suggested. So those kind of things I think we can take. And in the same sequence for this capacity building, I can also request, there is and I should thank Dr. Tara Madam, I have requested all ICAR institutes that let us contribute significantly for this IGOT platform. You know, IGOT platform is a very ambitious platform created by our Honorable Prime Minister, on which we have more than 8,000 training modules. But the unfortunate part is not even a single module created by the ICAR scientists. Like the millets program was developed by some CRPF Jawans, and they uploaded that what is this millets and other kind of things. So my request is that whatever knowledge we have got, please use that platform, upload some training modules, and it is being provided free of cost. So if you have some technical inputs, the team from IGOT will come, it costs around 1.5 lakh, they will spend the money, they will convert it into animations, they will convert it into the training modules and upload on that. Once you upload on that particular platform, now you see your visibility, like we are as a scientist, we are very much fond of our citations, we are very much fond of our high impact research papers. In the same way, if you upload on that module, it is seen by different government departments across all states. Now you see, if you are known by your module, if your module is very famous, everybody will just connect you, all civil servants, all chief secretaries, because they all have been asked to undergo the training from that iGold platform. So whatever thing you want to share, some benefits, some health benefits, some other kind of things, I think that platform can be used. So in the same way, again I say that this micro learning is really very important, and as research is very important, in the same way capacity building program is very important, for which we did a lot of efforts, like our undergraduate programs. I want to just tell our Secretary and DG ICR that 3,000 students, and out of 3,000, around 2,000 undergraduate students, we send many of them to CE centers. They are the future leaders for us. So if you do not change the mindset of those students, I don't think we are able to meet the goals of this Viksit Bharat. We are able to meet the goals of this Atmanirbhar Bharat. So now, as a group leaders here, as a RISE leaders here, RISE research leaders here, let us also just plan that how we can do this capacity building programs, how you can be associated with the universities, and how you can, let me also just request one another important point for this capacity building programs. Can all of you please suggest some of the topics for the research by the PhD students, which we can circulate to all 76 universities, which we can circulate to all private universities also, that these are the research areas in which you can give the issues to the students, and then you can be one of the co-guide, or you can be one of the advisory committee member for them to help them. You can extend your facilities also to those students. You can ask those PhD students to come to your center and help you in addressing those issues, so that it becomes a help to you also. And I think in that targeted way, we analyzed all the theses which have been done from 1947 till date. So, but sometimes students and our research guides, they are not very focused. So to make them very focused, I think we can get a lot of good topics, titles for these researchable areas, which we can really circulate, and we can really come out from that researchable areas with the good outcomes, with the good research suggestions from those young minds. So thank you once again, sir. I think I have not made very relevant points, but there were some out of context points which I have suggested. So if you feel like they are useful, please consider them. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving the different take on showcasing our research and developing training and learning modules, which is also as important as research. It is our turn now to listen to Dr. D.K. Yadava, DDG Crop Science, ICAR, the co-chairperson of this session.
Good morning to all. Honorable Chief Guest of today's Golden Jubilee celebration of the ICRP RISE, Professor R.S. Parudaji, our Secretary General and dear Secretary there and Director General ICR, Dr. M.L. Jat Sahab, and also the Chairman of this session, the esteemed colleagues on the dais, our seniors of the dais, directors from the ICR Institute, the scientists from the public, private as well as the CG organizations, students, farmers, press media. So I welcome you all for this 60th Golden Jubilee meeting, celebration meeting of the All India Coordinated Research Project on RISE. As we all are well aware that this program is now having the 60 glorious years, and I think elaborated achievements have been presented by our colleague Dr. Sundaram. Sir, this is the, I think, largest network in case of rice amongst all the AICRP. And we have almost 340 scientists across the AICRP and our major institutions like IIRR, NRRI, CRRI now, the IRI, CSSRI, NIPB, IIB, NISM, and our ICR complex is in Pusa Bihar as well as in Barapani. Plus there are 20 plus companies also working on rice in collaboration with the AICRP system, and they are contributing their varieties regularly, mainly the hybrids. The AICRP is having 45 funded centers, sir, as per our whatsoever for manpower and contingency we are paying. And around 100 voluntary centers are also there, because seeing the different ecologies across the country to have the site-specific recommendations, varietal as well as other recommendations. So this program is covering a huge area with almost around 150 sites across the country to give the site-specific recommendations. As far as the budget is concerned, so we have total for this 5-year plan, 21-22 to 25-26, 41 crores, almost 8 crores per annum for the contingency grants, sir. And annually we are paying currently 23 crores towards the contingency part to this AICRP program, sir. As far as the institute's budget is concerned, so this CRRI is having 83 crores, sir, for the 5 years plan. IIRR is having 70 crores. Almost 194 crores, which is dedicatedly coming to these rice institutes. Plus, sir, we have large number of other projects also which are contributing to the rice improvement, which they are also contributing about total 25 crores of the funds towards this program. And so in this direction for those two institutions, sir, almost 45 crores annually for the scheme budget we are giving, excluding the salary component for the various research activities. The other programs, sir, I would just like to share you, and many times I am apprising you also, sir, that we have the CRP Consortium Research Platform on Biofortification. The CRPs were started during the 12th 5-year plan from 2013-14. We have one project on hybrid technology, sir, CRP, one on molecular breeding, one on agrobiodiversity. We have one incentivizing research in agriculture that is also working on the very specific cutting edge technology, and in that also rice has a very high share. Genometering has been mentioned. The genometering program was started during 2023-24 with the budget announcement from the Government of India with the total amount of 500 crores, where we are, sir, focusing on plants, animals, fishery, microbes, and as on today 53 institutes are working across the ICR, where 25 institutes of crop science and 1 institute from the NRM among these 25. We have 25 crops we are working. We have 15 crops in case of horticulture crops. 6 animals we are working on genometering, and 3 fishes and 4 microbes. So that is the overall program which is being monitored and steered by the council, and the funding is going from our scheme budget, sir. And the Corpus Fund also a new concept, the new initiative was taken when Dr. Patak Saab was the DG. So whatsoever the savings are there, so from that also, from the savings of the institute, 75% is being flowed back from the revenue which is being generated, and through that whatsoever 30% is being kept at the headquarters. For that we are now sponsoring the various projects which are not being funded through the scheme or the other programs. The specific issues we are addressing through that also. And in addition to that, sir, for the material and other things, I think CG centers, particularly IRI, is also working hand in hand for the improvement of rice in the country. Sir, during last 10 years, total varietal improvement is almost 1500 varieties have been released since the enactment of the Seed Act during 1966. And during last 10 years, our major focus has been towards the climate resilience and biofortification. And during this period, we have developed 688 varieties and hybrids, out of which 32% are coming from the ICR, 56% or 54% are coming from the SAUs, and 14% of the varieties and hybrids are coming from the private sector. So we all are working hands in hand for the rice improvement, and the contribution from all of us is, I think, significantly very good. And impact can be seen, sir, that at the time of independence, we were having only 30 million hectare area, and the productivity, total production was 47.6 million. But 30 million hectare area, and the production was 20 million tons. But now if we see, the area has reached to 47 million hectares and the productivity has reached to almost 137. So if we see the productivity, so it is almost the production, so it is almost 6.5 times when we compare with that of the 20 million tons during the 1950-51. And the productivity today is 2.88 tons per hectare, and there is always concern when we are discussing that it is lesser than the global productivity and much lesser to many of the potential countries. And recently our Honorable Agriculture Minister, he visited Brazil, and from there itself he sent a message to our Honorable DG Saab that we should have a meeting of all the SMDs, and they should present that what are our technology and what are the best technology across the globe, so that we can adopt the technology, and for that we have already scheduled a meeting on 29th. So definitely our productivity levels we need to enhance, and the highest productivity as on today is in Punjab. During last year it was 4.5 tons, whereas in US and Australia productivity in the potential country is about 6 tons per hectare. So we are just 50% of the potential productivity of other countries. We are, in case of Basmati, I think the overall progress is excellent, and as has been mentioned by Dr. Kissing also, that out of the 20 billion crores of US dollar export, so almost 50% of that is equivalent to 48,000 crores, which the Basmati we are exporting, and the total rice export is around 20% of the total export, agriculture export of the country. In case of hybrid, sir, that has been your concern already. So I think with the implementation of CRP on hybrid technology, and the private companies, they were already working on that. So during this 10 years period, we have released almost 95 hybrids, out of which 13 hybrids are coming from the public sector. And now during last 3-4 years, I think the good hybrids have come, and now our colleagues they are working to popularize them. But the unfortunate part is that even after 30 years of introduction of hybrids, we have reached hardly to 3.5 million tons, which needs to be addressed, and some of the concerns Dr. Kissing has already told. Sir, climate resilience and quality, that has been the, I think, prime objective, and out of these total 688 varieties which have released, so 85% varieties are having one or more traits for the climate resilience. And even in biofortification also, we have 16 varieties of rice now which are biofortified for iron and zinc, even for zinc and protein. But in case of iron, still we need to work. We don't have any specific donors for that, and we are working on that. And some of the, I think, prominent achievements are in case of the herbicide-tolerant Basmati 2 varieties we have developed, which are, I think, a good source for promoting the direct seeded rice, and which is already, as some area, good area has come under the DSR in case of Punjab. Genome editing, sir, I have already mentioned, and in case of genome editing, sir, I am happy to share, and I congratulate the scientists involved in this program. Genome editing program was started, in fact, before this mission. It was started in 2018 with one of the NSF project. It was monitored, coordinated by Dr. Viswanathan in IRI, and the NRI was also part. And then in 2022, when I was heading this NSF, again we gave another project on genome editing for rice and the other crops also. And yesterday we could identify the 2 varieties which Dr. Sundaram has mentioned in detail. So I congratulate all the team, and this program is, sir, I am proud to declare here that this is the first program in the country to come up with the genome edited 2 rice varieties, and that is a history, in fact, on the occasion of the 60 years golden jubilee of this AICRP, and I congratulate all the team involved there. And this bigger program also, sir, that is also being headed by Dr. Viswanathan, and sir, we had a commitment with the PMO that during 2024 we will be definitely giving the genome editing product. So ultimately, maybe some little late of 4 or 5 months, but we have done that commitment we have done, and whatsoever IPR issues you have been always concerned, and I will discuss with the DG Sahab also, we will be addressing those, and in the next 2 months agenda, which our DG Sahab discussed in his first meeting, so I have put that in that agenda, and I am sure that with his guidance and help we will be coming over this issue of IPR. Sir, in the Viksit Bharat, we know that our population is going to be 162 billion, and the climate change, emerging past, the soil degradation, salinity, submergence, and water scarcity, 35% is already rain-fed. We have global conflict. The food grain requirement will be from 332 million tons to 442 million tons, where the rice share from 137 to the requirement will be 165 million tons. So in that direction, sir, we all are well aware that there are no scopes of area expansion, and today we are talking about the diversification, crop diversification, and rice is always, I think, considered as the culprit for consumption of water. And every time in the northwestern plain zone, we are talking about the change of cropping system, and we should have the change the rice wheat system. So in that scenario, definitely we will have to go for the vertical enhancement in the yields of rice. So our technology interventions, I think should be the genetic enhancement. Currently, the genetic gain in case of rice through one of the BMGF project, we could understand that it is 1% annually, which we need to take to at least 1.75 to 2% during the next 3 to 4 years, and that can happen with the intervention of the different technology. So in that already these issues I have been presented, and some of the aspects are there. So genomic selection, the mass already we are using, and high throughput genotyping and phenotyping. So all those facilities at some places they are working, and definitely that needs to be addressed, and that part I think the crop science division under the guidance of our DG Sahab will be taking care of. The other technologies like double applied in apoptosis for the hybrid development program, sir, you hold a very, I think, systematic hybrid meeting on the hybrids, and whatsoever the recommendations have come from that, so many of them we are implementing, and definitely we will be going through that for the promotion of the hybrids. And this crop is already one of the that crop in case of hybrid consortium, and definitely through the newly announced this mission, national mission of high-yielding seeds. So we'll be keeping these components, and whatsoever the facilities are required at the various centers, particularly for the rice improvement using the latest cutting-edge technology, we will be doing that. And we are always talking about the speed breeding. So already we have given in genomating the predictive breeding using the genomic selection, the artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are the new tools, I think, and we need to implement them, introduce in our breeding program, and I am sure that in the times to come, these programs will be integrated in our program. Digitalization of breeding data together with the mechanization of the breeding operations is also critical to improve the efficiency of breeding program and more effective utilization of data for the years to come. We have our ISRI, and we have the online system for the AICRP also. So up to until we don't have the data, so we are not able to use these tools, and definitely now with the integration of ISRI and other institutions will be coming out for the better genetic gains. Use efficiency of the water and nutrients, that is a concern. Nutritional quality and end use, sir. Milling percentage, I think Dr. A.K. Singh has mentioned. So these are some of the issues which we have discussed yesterday, and definitely will be coming out in our technical program, and so that we can implement in times to come. Precision agriculture is the need of hour because of the methane emission, and our Honorable Prime Minister's Council of Climate Change, it held its meeting only 3 days back. So these are some of the concerns that how to reduce the use of water, the chemicals. So definitely we are targeting on the climate resilient varieties which should have the high water use efficiency, high nutrient use efficiency. So they are one of the tools, and that were also presented day before yesterday. The direct seeded rice and the other methods and sensor based irrigation in some of the programs they are working, and I think we need to work on that. the conservation and regenerative agriculture, our Honorable DG sir, on the first day he held a meeting and he stressed that in the programs also, even for the regenerative agriculture, we should go for a specific breeding program through identification of good genetic resources and using them in the breeding program. And that part, I will request Dr. Sundaram that it should come in the proceedings and we should have a specific plan to take over this part. Diagnostic and forewarning tools for diseases and insect pests to protect the genetic gains, that is also one of the important component, and we need to work more. So that most of the suggestions which you are giving, so I think I owe for that, and I ensure that definitely wheresoever the gaps are there will be taking up in the times to come. Seed system, definitely Balotia Sahab had indicated some of his concern about traceability. Some traceability system we have put in place. And the other issues of nominiculture and others, I think we have already yesterday discussed that we'll be having a brainstorming within the month of May. And all those issues related to industry will resolve and will come out a very clear roadmap. And the promotion of biofortified varieties and the marker-assisted derived varieties, which are almost 60 in number, that also needs to be, I think this group should think over that. Dr. Sanjay is already there. So, sir, these are some of the points that we are looking after. The new initiative which we have started in the meantime, some time back, we were not reviewing the individual centers. Now we have started reviewing the individual centers to see their performance and technical program, even for the hybridization program also, identification of the parents from here and that sharing with all of our colleagues, that part we are working now, and benchmarking for the various diseases. That is also essential component, and now onwards we will be implementing that part also. Strong public-private partnership, that is the need of the hour, and already some commercialization policies we have now modified, and after approval from the competent authority, I discussed with our DG Sahab also, so that we can come in the hybrid consortium mode, which is being already followed by some of the CG centers. So, sir, these are some of the points I think we will be taking care of, and whatsoever we achieved, that is not enough. The centers are, I think, should be well aware that the further extension or further support, that will be totally based on the performance of the centers. That is the actually region that the individual center is being monitored. Manpower is a big issue at the center, sir. At many places, number is less, and the person associated there, he has or she has the multifarious activities in the university, and they are not spending the time, the 10-12 years being spent by the breeders, and because of the poor conductance of the trials, those materials are being lost. So those, my message to all the ACRP colleagues, that kindly be very serious and be very specific, so that we are not having a national loss and not the loss to our farmers for the precious material which is being wasted because of our poor conductance of the trials, sir. So with these words, sir, I compliment all the group once again, and I wish the best for this 3 days discussion, to coming out with a robust program. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your powerful, critical and insightful remarks on rice research, appreciation and guidance. It is now our honor to invite the chairperson of this session, Dr. Mangilal Jat, Secretary DARE and Director General, ICAR, to share his esteemed remarks.
Thank you, Madam. Suprabhat Bharat. First of all, let me congratulate the Rice family for 60 glorious years. I think the achievements, the accomplishments are unparalleled. What we have heard from all of you. Honorable Chief Guest of this function, our visionary leader, our legend, our mentor, all these stalwarts on the dais, off the dais, lovely Rice family, colleagues, friends from media, good morning everyone. I have few sections in my 8-9 minutes of talk, or this, whatever you consider. The first one, let's cherish what we have achieved, what we have accomplished. 140 million tons of rice. $12.5 billion of export. 20 million tons export. There are many things. But the latest one is when people are still talking, the genome-edited products, we have those, 2 of those. Congratulations to the people. That's Bharat. That's the power of the people of Bharat. And that's the vision of our leaders. We are doing today, but they had a vision long back. Dr. A.K. Singh mentioned about the hybrid program which was launched in 1989. Though we have reached 3.5 million hectares in rice, but look at maize. Yadavji, congratulations. Highest number of hybrids, 54 this year. I think that's the highest number in the history, which is coming from that vision. So I think we need visionary leaders. But then we have challenges. Not only India, globally. The all emerging, evolving mega trends, the global mega trends. And when you talk about mega trends, whether you talk about climate change, you talk about biodiversity, you talk about land degradation, you talk about changing consumption patterns and economic shifts and everything, we are part of that. They are impacting us. That means what we started 60 years back need a relook to address those challenges. But at the same time, country has expectations from all of us. So whatever we do has to feed into the country's vision. And the vision is Viksit Bharat by 2047. So whatever we do has to feed into that vision. That need a relook. Now from that perspective, I can't afford to repeat what has already been shared by the eminent speakers, and I can't dare to make an attempt to tell you the rice science before the rice experts. You all are rice experts, and I'm trying to learn, and learning since past almost hour and a half. I think we need strategy. Not only the strategy, but how to translate strategy into the action. What Dr. Sundaram mentioned, way forward. But that need to come from the ground. The demand. What is the demand? We need to understand the demand side. We can't afford the supply-driven approach. And I was looking at the researchable issues emerged from the survey what we rolled out. And all those issues in all the geographies are just related to varieties. I think we are good on the varieties. We also need to consider other issues. There are a whole lot of socio-economic issues. There are a whole lot of policy issues. There are a whole lot of market issues. And there are a whole lot of technology delivery issues. There are a whole lot of behavioral issues. We also need to take those into account. Otherwise, we will not be able to reach where we want to reach. So I think when we assess that, we need to have a strong inclusion of the social science. These socio-economic dimensions are very, very important The whole world is now talking about the agri-food systems approach, not agriculture. And that agri-food systems approach need all those elements. We need things, we are very good on the production. Very, very strong on the production. But you mentioned that you have 5 million tons of surplus, which is creating a problem. Now, how to handle that? That needs, again, the market, socio-economic aspects, and also, do we need that much? So I think we really need to look from that perspective. Of course, your way forward, 5 bullets, was something very important, but I think we need to work on those 5 bullets. We are not working as of now. So they are very, very good 5 bullets. In terms of our future strategies, I think what Dr. A.K. Singh ji mentioned, very precise, crisp bullets. Thank you so much. And I endorse them in total. We have to work on those. They are all important. So I'll not repeat those. But I think what Dr. Yadav mentioned, and I was so happy, and I think we are delighted to have you on that position. Congratulations. Very comprehensive, bigger perspective. I think crop science division is very, very important. All divisions are important. But I think classically, crop science division is very, very important. With all those praises, now I'm going to put a pressure on you. So, the mantra, Dr. Sundaram and Dr. Beg, -5 + 10 by 2030. The -5 is take out 5 million hectares of rice. That's the country priority. That's coming from the highest level. We don't need 46 million hectares. Add 10 million tons with all the technologies we already have. 2.88 tons per hectare is low. We can put it 3.5. And that can take us where we want to reach. By 2030. We are not talking about 2047. And Dr. Pradhan, you mentioned 165. I get all the inspiration from Dr. Pradhan when we were having a seminar, 2015, I guess, and then he put a target, can we achieve, no, it was before, can we achieve 100 million tons of wheat by 2015? And all the people said, no, it's not possible. I think we have to set a target. And if we set a target, there is a target, and we all will make effort to reach there. But I think target setting, and targets should be ambitious. So we have to set ambitious targets. We have all the elements. We have great people in the room, outside the room. But to achieve targets, I think we need to look inward, but at the same time outward. Both are important. Sometimes we just look inward. We don't look outward. There's a lot outside. How to bring that together. Now, in terms of some of the research aspects, when we see the challenges, and I was talking about the mega trends, the nitrogen, the water, the methanogenesis, they are contributing to complexity of our problem. And I think rice is a good candidate on those aspects. So how to improve the nitrogen use efficiency, biologicals, a whole lot of opportunities around biologicals. BNI is another one. We got a I see some good success coming in wheat. We started with sorghum. Madam is now starting working on millet. But we need to explore those new avenues. Phosphorus efficiency. We have to do something on the phosphorus in this country. We are dependent on someone. And if you look at the global, political, all those trends, you never know. आत्मनिर्भर बनना है, तो आत्मनिर्भर बनने के लिए काम अभी से शुरू करना है. I think phosphorus is very, very important. As Dr. Yadav mentioned and Dr. A.K. Singh mentioned, technology targeting is very, very important. There is nothing like one size fits all. There is nothing like good or bad. There is nothing like right or wrong. Everything, it all depends. And that depends means we have to have precise targeting. Everything has its own niche scope. We have to define. So Dr. Sundaram, with all the rice family, we have to come up with a map of the direct seeded rice. And then what variety and all those contribute to that, I think we have to come up with that one. We also need to think about rice fallows. And when we talk about rice fallows, you say rice is okay, but then rest of the people will take care. I think we have to fix the problem within rice to intensify rice fallow. And that needs a complete systems approach. And that systems approach also needs socioeconomic dimensions. There are a whole lot of those dimensions which are constraints and which are, all the time we are cataloging and saying 12 million hectares of the rice fallow. Yeah, but we have to intensify. We have new missions launched by the government, pulses, and I think there is an opportunity. But that 5 million hectares, if you load set, then we'll give someone to Taraji, something to Dr. Mathur to meet the country's requirement. We can have self-sustenance on all those aspects, and still we can produce the same amount of the rice what we need. Now, all those aspects needs prioritization. Prioritization, prioritization, and prioritization. There are many things which are not required or less priority. Let's put our priority on something else. And that needs not prioritization, I don't like, so I will do this. You mentioned about the data. We have 60 years of the data. We have learned a lot. There are new analytical tools. Let's use those and see what we have already achieved so that we don't put our efforts and resources there and do something else. So I think data is new money. Data is new power. The government's priority is AI and all those things which need data. So I think the prioritization, so once we understand, then we redesign. So the redesigning will come based on what we learn from those things. One aspect I forgot, maybe a researchable area, I don't know how feasible that would be. Now we are talking about perenniality of the systems. The perennial crops, perennial sorghum, perennial millets, perennial rice. And see, what is the domain, where, how much, but I think it's one of the researchable area. One family, the National Agriculture Research, Education and Extension System is one. And this morning when I was sitting in the director's room, I said, whether you are elder brother or elder sister, our primary duty is to put younger on the front. We have to sit on the back seat and put our universities on the front. We have to bring them, we have to nurture them, we have to help them. We together can do a lot. So that's on the university side, but I see a lot of my colleagues, friends from the industry, from the private sector. So I'll not count public and private, I count one family. We have to work together. Everybody got a mission, a business model. We see private industries running for the business, but as long as they contribute to the country's mission, we need to work together. The mission is very, very straightforward. Now, a couple of more points. We have vision documents. We have vision document of IIRR, we have vision document of CRRI, we have vision document others. Are they talking to each other? Are they complementing to each other? Can we put those vision documents in a matrix and we see to achieve that vision, rather than I do agronomy or soil and everything here, can't I reach to the Soils Institute, Agronomy Institute? Let's bring them together. Or can't I reach to the university, wherever we are? So I think we need to bring all those together. We have to translate our vision documents into the action to again contribute to the country's mission, Viksit Bharat 2047. I think we have to cultivate new leaders. That's our moral responsibility. We are beneficiary. We have to translate that benefit to the other, the younger generation. We have to upbring them. If we don't create leaders, we are going to be in a problem. So that's our responsibility. We have to cultivate new leaders everywhere. Second line, third line, fourth line. So we don't have a leadership crunch. That's our responsibility. Dr. Agarwal mentioned about the capacity development. We are making effort through the education division on the leadership development, but I think it's a responsibility. Even a senior scientist, you got a young scientist, please cultivate and upbring and encourage them, facilitate them. They will do miracles. There is a lot of potential in this country. I have seen, I don't know how many countries, and what I see the talent is India. Globally, India been contributing in agriculture and taking a leadership. So I think there is no dearth of the talent. But what we do, the world should know. The policy planners should know. The farmers should know. So communication. Communication, communicate, communicate, and communicate. Communicate in the languages what people like. The audience, the stakeholder targeted communication. We have to tell the story. And I think we should take a pride in making a bigger communication on those your 2 genome edited lines. To make country proud and tell our leaders that we are relevant and we are working. Science evidence based policy. Mantra nahi chalega. And that's our duty to inform them based on the science evidence. And that need again a different skill set. We have to put idea. If we all come up with a 2-pager concept notes or whatever, plan on each of our projects, what we are working on, the aspects, and we collate and put on the website and let people come and see, I want to do research, PhD on those, so we have a database and we let people select rather than I like this fellow, so I will engage. But let's make it like a more open and bring people and cultivate them. Hybrid, it's very, very important. And I see pain. States are saying we don't allow. We have to talk. We have to send communication. State subject, but there is a country priority. So we have to communicate. Soil, all those things, so I'll again not repeat, but there are many, many things. Let me close here. Thank you so much. Congratulations and wish you a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful and insightful remarks. on a systems approach beyond crop productivity and giving us a -5 +10 mantra for rice research in future. Thank you, sir. The publications are a testament to the scientific strength of our rice community, and it is an honor to release these publications through the dignitaries on the dais before this august body. Dr. Kalyani and Dr. Swarna will coordinate the release. Thank you, ma'am. The 60th ARGM Diamond Jubilee Celebration logo, we are here to release it. So this logo symbolizes the 5 elements of life, the Panchatattva, and emphasizes rice research coordination for rice science and innovation. I request the dignitaries on the dais to launch and authorize the logo for Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Thank you. So now we'll begin with the publications. The first publication, CRP Biofortification Annual Report by Dr. R.M. Sundaram, C.N. Nirja, J. Arvind Kumar and team from ICAR IIRR.
Status of direct seeded rice management for the sustainable rice production by Dr. R. Mahendra Kumar sir, S. Vijay Kumar, Dr. V. Sridevi, Dr. Mangaldev Putin, Dr. M.B.B. Prasad Babu and Dr. K. Shureka and team.
We have the third release, Rice Genetic Stocks with Novel and Unique Traits by Dr. Divya Balakrishnan, Jyoti Badri, Anju Mahendru, R.M. Sundaram, S.V. Sai Prasad and the whole crop improvement team. It's crop improvement team, plant breeding, hybrid rice and biotechnology. Coming to the next, we have ICAR IIRR leaflet on IPM in Tamil by Drs. Chitra Shankar, Y. Sridhar, AP Padma Kumari, CH Padmavati and team from ICAR IIRR. The fifth one, Soil Testing Kit Manual by Dr. Brajendra and team from ICAR IIRR. Leaflet on IBM in Telugu.
Now we have newsletter on ICAR IIRR by Dr. Somasekar and team. And eco trends approaches for the management of major insect pests of rice and safety uses of pesticides in rice ecosystem by Dr. V. Chinababu Naik and team. Rajendra Varis, RNR 29325 and RNR 28365 from PJTAU.
Newsletters and after that followed by, we have announced.
And next, the improvement and revival of traditional rice landraces through radiation-induced mutation breeding, a peaceful application of radiation techniques in agriculture by IGKV Raipur and BARC Mumbai. And then followed by Catalogue of Rice Mutants in Traditional Rice of Chhattisgarh by Dr. Deepak Sharma and team.
We have online releases as well. For the release of the apps, we have Rice Clinical app in multilingual app. It is designated to assist in field diagnostics and covers 11 insect pests, 10 crop diseases, 18 weed species and 7 nutrient deficiencies in rice, and it is available in 5 languages. Then we have Spatial Rice Dashboard, which is an interactive dashboard interface which enables visualization of rice area, production and productivity maps for past 25 years. And then we have a centralized repository for ICAR IIRR, high throughput sequencing data in rice by Kalyani, Kanika, all our crop improvement team, Dr. C.N. Nirja, Dr. R.M. Sundaram, Satendra Kumar Mangrotia, Dr. Paparao, and it is developed by Kanika and Divya and Niranjan. Thank you.
Next is the comic book on smart farming, a boon to the farmers by Dr. Amtul Waris and team.
So thank you all the dignitaries for the release. Thank you so much.
होगा बैटरी 10% है रेड कलर करते कुछ एक ही बैटरी से दिखती मैं हाँ एक ही से बैटरी मोटी बैटरी हाँ एक ही से दिखी जास्त मागते थी जिप करताना कितला कितना से ना एक से दिखी जाते को बैटरी जरा
We are greatly honored to have with us our chief guest, Dr. R.S. Paroda, former Secretary DARE and DG ICAR, an eminent agricultural visionary. We now invite him to deliver the inaugural address.
Good afternoon to everyone. I was supposed to speak in forenoon, but now it's good afternoon. And I'm also going to cut on the time of the next session, which should have started by now. Nonetheless, it's a great privilege to be here and to share dice with the new DG, possibly attending RICE meeting for the first time. And congratulations to you for having joined only recently. Dr. D.K. Yadav, the again very active and dynamic Deputy Director General. Dr. R.C. Agarwal, again very energetic and enlightened person. Dr. A.K. Singh, who is a stalwart in rice research. Dr. Janaiya, Dr. Sharda Devi, Dr. A.K. Singh, Dr. Pradhan, and of course, the leader of the Rice Institute here, and many colleagues in the audience whom I know, with whom I have had interactions, and some of them are present, and some of them are not there, some of them are not able to attend. But let me just mention few, maybe I would miss many, but let us remember S.V.S. Shastri, who was a great leader for rice research program in our country. And we are celebrating today 60th year of this program. And these people should be remembered. Dr. E.A. Siddiq. And then in the audience I see Dr. Krishna Kumar, Dr. Mishra, Dr. Anand Kumar, Dr. Ravinder Babu, Dr. V.P. Singh, B.N. Singh, Sanjay Kumar, Tara Satyarthi, Ravi Mathur, V.K. Singh, Vishnath Chinnaswamy, Gopal Krishna, and many those who have either earlier contributed and now providing the leadership to this important All India Coordinated Rice Improvement Program. First of all, on the Diamond Jubilee, we must really be happy to what we have achieved and what has been given by this All India program to our nation. All India coordinated programs are the flagship programs of the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. You won't find them anywhere in other world. And I can tell you, this has helped us to bring the entire family together to share our knowledge, to share our resources, to share even our materials, genetic resources, and testing them and then sitting together, agreeing to a common decision for their release. You won't find this kind of scenario, which I think is unparalleled. And I hope this kind of system would further get strengthened as we go along and would be highlighted, which the new Director General mentioned that communication should now be a major priority. Also, I would like to, because time is short, and like to not say too much, but whatever we have achieved are remarkable. I don't have to repeat those. And I think Dr. Sundaram, you had very nicely given in your report, a very exhaustive and comprehensive report. So congratulations to you, through you to the entire Rice family. We have come a long way, and as far as rice is concerned, it is our major staple food, and it occupies about 25% of our cultivable area. We have the largest area in the whole world under rice, and we are second producer as far as rice production is concerned. So let us try to compare. Sometimes comparison I don't really appreciate, but generally people say compare with China, because China is the largest consumer and also the largest producer. But their area is 30 million hectares only compared to ours, which is ranging anywhere between 44 to 46 million hectares. Their productivity is more than 6 tons and ours is 3. Or 3.8 you said. So I consider this as again option for the future. I don't consider it as a negative, in negative term, because if it is low, we can always improve and increase our productivity by bringing in efficiency in the agriculture research system. So the challenge is how do we improve our productivity per hectare. And we know we have more problems than probably China, because that's the temperate climate, when it is tropical, and when it is all with floods, deep water, also the rain-fed areas, the highland areas, people try to grow it and would not like to leave. So there should be, no doubt, a clear strategy now for future. 60 years is a good time to only not, and I congratulate so many publications have been brought out and released. It's a great strength. And Dr. Agarwal said so much of information, this should all be documented properly so that it is not lost. And as also Dr. Yadav mentioned, that it is the high time that we try to project whatever we have achieved. And those are really remarkable, whether it is the improved varieties, whether it is basmati rice, whether it is export, in that export area also. I think Balotia ji had said very clearly what are the concerns, but also there are achievements. I mean, about 11 to 12 billion US dollars out of $55 billion from agriculture export today coming from rice puts us in a very important situation. A special situation because the whole world, WTO, Trumponomics, is creating now, in fact, overall at the global level, some kind of cripples. And we have to see what would we do. But when you look at the export of rice, you are not exporting mainly to America, so we are not worried. But we have to also see the new niche for export. And even China is importing, is the major importer from us. Though they are producing much more than us, they are, as against us, they are producing more than 200 million tons. But they still, because they are mainly dependent on rice as staple food. In our country, we have diversified food habits, and that's possibly. But somebody also says that this export is whether worth it, because 1 kilo of rice would require 1,500 to 2,500 liters of water. So is it to be exported when we have the problems in those areas where you are growing it and where it is in excess, that you are producing and water tables are going down? So conserving of our natural resources, and then climate change and Paris Agreement also tells us that this about 13% greenhouse gas emission which comes from agriculture, mainly from the animals, rice production and misuse of fertilizers. So rice production technology has to be now much more made resilient and efficient. And that is a challenge for us for future research. I think there is enough information available. It's not that if you have to, and that's why we are talking, go for direct seeded rice, basmati rice. You talk in the context of also micro irrigation, even the Director General experiment at Borlaug Institute, I had seen that you can even go for the system of micro irrigation for rice production and increase productivity. Again, recently, the new varieties which have come up, which are herbicide tolerant, they offer new options, and new science seem to be going into that. And about biofortified varieties also has been talked. But then how they reach to the end user. We should just simply not be happy that, oh, so many have been now released by us. And also there is a concern that all these varieties which have been released, whether it is rice, wheat or millets, which are the extant varieties or notified varieties, they are all not yet registered under the Plant Variety Protection Act, which we intentionally brought out to protect these important genetic resources. And one thing is again there that when you release at the end, you see that there are many, if not gold, but there are silver varieties. And those silver varieties, if not released, are lost. But they have many useful traits, characteristics. And are we protecting those as well as a matter which should be looked into? And hybrid rice area, much has been said. Actually, my task has been made easier by AK, then by RC, then by DK, and then by ML. I need not say much actually and delay you further, but the issue is that China, when we first got the information, myself, Dr. Swaminathan, And also even ED, Dr. Virmani, had gone to Changsha to attend the first international hybrid rice. I was Deputy Director General Crops then in place of Dr. Yadav. And we were all amazed to know that out of 30 million hectare, 15 million hectare, which is 50%, was covered under hybrid rice in China, and each hectare was providing additional 1 ton of yield, which means 15 tons of yield additional they were getting just by one technology. And for so many years now they have the materials, as I understand, super hybrids, 12 to 15 tons of capacity. So why we cannot now promote this? And we laid a lot of emphasis, and I am happy that if we would have not started that hybrid project, probably we would have not seen hybrid rice in India. But since it has been done, should we be happy where we are? 25 years and just 3.5 million hectare area. What is the problem? Let's sit down and understand. And why can't we increase it? And even if some good hybrids have now gone to Punjab and Haryana, I was happy. 2 years back, there was in fact line and police had to come to just stop the kind of cows for getting the seed of hybrid rice. And now Punjab has banned hybrid rice. Why banned? Because the industry has said that there is more blockage. And why industry has said more blockage? Because there had been delay in the procurement against MSP by the government. So the what level of, in that you require, they have been delayed. So the blockage has become higher. This is not the cause of the variety or hybrid. This is the management, which is not right. And on that context, then there is a kind of ban put in. We have to look into this, and therefore the knowledge, science-based policy, advocacy is our responsibility. And I am worried that why Punjab Agricultural University is not raising voice on this. Why our scientists are not raising voice on this. And what is right and what is wrong, and why blame. That would mean that it would not spread then in those areas. And if there is a problem of blockage, then scientifically we will have to look very critically and urgently. Also, there is a problem. People say that the quality is not that good. So if the quality is not good, then are we not improving quality of other rice varieties? Why can't we improve in hybrid? What's the problem? So I think there had been a complacency, and recently we had national conference on the hybrid technology for all crops, and could find out that there are new options and opportunities, even the two-line options, which Jawahar Ali had said. I wish Jawahar Ali was here. I don't see the ERI representation so strongly as it used to be before. So the partnership, one or two, but not at the leadership level. So you have now Rice Research Center also established by the help of the government of India. And where is the leader of the Rice Research Center? I think we have to also not just take these things lightly, that they take money and they do job independently and they are not partner in the system. This partnership had been, if partnership was not there before, with Dr. Kush, with Dr. Borlaug, with Dr. Virmani, these revolutions which we had, green revolutions, would have not come. If we have to continue with sustaining these revolutions, we have to see that we work as a team and we work together. Also, at this stage, I would say 2-3 more points. That we have to have proper technology for rice cultivation and its management, and see to it that the nutrient management in rice is made more efficient. Water use I have already said, and also the use of pesticides, particularly issue is now coming up or emerging for herbicides. But how much herbicide or pesticides India is using? Only 300 kg per hectare of all crops. And you look at China, it is 12 to 13 kg per hectare. If you look at Brazil, it is about 7 kg. If you come to USA, it is 5 kg. And with 300 kg, we start saying, oh, we are using too much. And then among them, it is reverse trade in India. It is not the more use of herbicides. Globally, in all other countries, the maximum use is of herbicides. In India, it is the insecticides and then the fungicides and then herbicides. We have to reverse that also. And if we have to reverse that, should not be worried about people say there will be herbicide tolerance. There will be, so we have to come out with new molecules, we have to do more research. And if there is a good variety, then we are going to miss that opportunity. Tomorrow, the options which are new will be lost. Similarly, now there are opportunities of the new genome-edited materials about which I was told, and I congratulate again. If it is there, then it has to be released. But if it has to be released, then we have to have permission or some memorandum of understanding for the genome technology, the IP of which is now with Corteva. Will we be able to release even if we have identified? When we will do it? At the end, when it is ready, but then it will wait for some other things. So we have to be proactive and we should plan. And we should not delay these issues for long. So please increase as a mission mode area under hybrid rice, wherever there is possibility, strengthen research again on hybrid rice, TGMS lines, use of TGMS lines offer great opportunity as 2 lakh, and I am told that seed production is more than 3 tons per hectare in that approach. So why can't, but it looks to me that it is a routine matter, and most of those breeders who were trained by Yuan Longping, because I not only started hybrid rice that time, but I requested the father of hybrid rice to come to India at the cost of our ICAR for at least 3 consecutive years, and he worked with Dr. Siddiq and the scientists at Hyderabad. I trained our scientists. I said, you won't give me material. That he agreed and he came for 3 years continuously. And that's how we started, and perhaps we just forget now, And we are the second largest, whatever is 3.5 million hectare area, still we are the second largest after China. And we have all the potential. Third is, I think, that Philippines will in, but Philippines is less. But Vietnam has come, but Vietnam gets most of the hybrids from China, the seed from China. So the area is with them, but may not be their own hybrid. Coming then also to the conservation agriculture, we started rice wheat conservation program. knew it very well that zero till is the option, and I think ML, you were also there, involved in it and very aggressively involved. And Rice Wheat Consortium program was one of the, again, flagship program of CGIAR at that time. And I had received on behalf of the NARS, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, India, and CGIAR, the King Bodovin Award, which was given to ICR. And that was considered to be the best eco-regional program at that time. And that has given now the basis for the entire CGIAR to reorient their program around eco-regional system. So for our country, we would now require further, as we go to look for Viksit Bharat and future strategy, let us have eco-regional program for whether it is irrigated rice, rain-fed rice, deep water rice, and so on. And see to it that the rice wheat system where we have zero-till program, again I am told the figure is something like 5 million hectares we have achieved by now. And how many years? And we have 10 million hectare area under rice wheat in the Indo-Gangetic plain. तो और अभी एक जनरेशन और लगेगी to cover, and we will wait for that. And I think this generation will also be gone. I have all hopes in this new generation now. And I hope you don't let this opportunity also slip. So complacency, I think, has to be addressed very aggressively and urgently as we move forward. We have to look at our export strategy. I think this is pride, a matter of pride, that India is the largest exporter of rice and wheat if put together. Those are the days when we were importing 10 million tons when I took PhD at IRI, and we didn't have money to buy the seed. So we bought it in PL 480. And today you are the world leader in export of rice and wheat. We have turned the table completely. And having turned this table completely, we don't see any long-term import-export policy. Today, you just have switch on, rice will be exported. Tomorrow you have switch off, rice will not be exported. Who is going to buy from us if we are not the, stable exporters and able to really have our, and then we have to look for new markets. The markets that are there currently are only, as I see, China, the Arab countries, and then to some extent also Philippines. But the other competitors we have to see, and they are Burma, Vietnam. China can never be exporter. They are even importing, and even they are using rice as feed for their pigs because they depend on their meat through pig. So that scenario is different. So we will continue to be leader in that. But what is our strategy for rice export, and how will we continue being the leader in rice export will be an issue which we should try to look at. And last point is that please, this program is, in my view, and having seen as young scientist and all through, that perhaps there is no other good program than this. Dr. H.K. Jain, my teacher that time, was in ISNAR, and he had asked me, I was heading the crop division, that can you come to Africa and tell our breeders in Africa that what is the advantage of or strength of this All India Coordinated Program. So I went 12 countries, major rice producing, and their leaders were there. We had meeting in Kenya, and after a week then I gave them the response slip. And response slip, the last question was whether you would be willing to adopt this program in your country. And the answer was 99% no. Then I sat with them and I said, why? They said, I cannot give my material to anybody till it is released. This is the fact. Here you see, we are giving with all the faith in the system. So see the strength. And this strength must be recognized. And I said, well, this is again, you have to talk to our leaders who put this program together. And thanks to all of you, you come together, sit together, share everything, and you believe in the system. Sometimes there could be some gaps and lapses, but we always iron it out, you know. So this system has survived, and let us try to make it, you know, further one of the strongest system, and make sure by now working, time changes. Even in ICR, I hear that why should we pay for the people who are appointed in state universities under ICRIP? It is their responsibility. अरे भाई ये नहीं होता तो कुछ भी काम नहीं होता रिसर्च का कहीं. Rajasthan is having a moat crop, which is a major pulse crop, having 1 million hectare area, constantly for last 3 decades. And if there is any rice, any breeder for moat pulse crop, it is only under the coordinated program. If you take out a coordinated program, there will be nobody, because they are even not worried, they are not thinking about these things. And this is the big picture we should take. We should not be, and in that process, probably you have to sit and revisit your MOU with the state agricultural universities and the state governments involved and see how much they can contribute. Not that we just say that we will not give you. How much you can now contribute and explain to them the benefit of it. And then I think there could be 75-25 or 50-50, whatever it is. But we have to see that this program doesn't get affected by just simply saying why center should give. Center, if would have not given, then the states would have not been able to move forward. So that part, no doubt now the states have come up and many of them are capable of themselves. So this part also may be looked into while we move forward. With these, I would like to congratulate again Dr. Sundaram and your program, to all rice breeders and to all those who are present here, and my best wishes. And also, I would say the expectations are high. Dr. Mangilal, from you, but you are young, you are energetic. I could see the energy when you are speaking. Possibly you are able to grasp the situation with good colleagues, with you, Dr. DK, RC, and we have experts we are all with you, make the National Agriculture Research System again a glory for the future.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful remarks on the various issues that need to be addressed in rice research, production and policy, and also for highlighting the importance of ACRIP networks. A heartfelt thanks for your guidance and support from the whole of love and affection. We would like to honor the dignitaries on the dais with a small memento. I request our Director to felicitate the dignitaries. Former DG ICAR and Secretary there. Dr. Mangilal Jha, Secretary there and DG ICAR. Dr. D.K. Yadavaji, DDG Crop Science, ICAR. Dr. R.C. Agarwal, DDG Education, ICAR. Our very own Dr. S.K. Pradhan, ADG FFC, ICAR. I now request our convener, R. Mahendra Kumar, to honor Dr. A.K. Singh, Emeritus Scientist, ICAR, IIRR. Professor Aldous Janaya, Vice Chancellor, PJTAU. Dr. Sharda Jayalakshmi Devi, VC Inaugural. Dr. M.J. Bey, Director Acting, ICAR, CRRI. And Mr. Ajay Balotia, Chairman, Fortune Rise. Dr. R. Sharda Devi Jayalakshmi Devi would like to felicitate the new DG, ICAR, with a bouquet of flowers and a shower. I now invite Dr. R. Mahendra Kumar, Chief Convener of the workshop, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Chandu? Very good afternoon to everyone. I think everybody will accept that it's one of the best inaugural sessions of whole my for 35 years of association with All India Coordinator Research Project and RISE. But everything has to end. It's my both a privilege and heartfelt duty to extend a formal vote of thanks at the conclusion of this memorable inauguration of Diamond Jubilee annual RISE group meetings here at ICAR IIRR. Respected chairperson of this session, Honorable M.L. Jha, Secretary Day. Sir, we are very thankful to you, sir, for you spending your valuable time. I also thank co-chair Dr. D.K. Yadava, our esteemed chief guest, Padma Sri R.S. Parodaji, sir. We are very thankful, sir. Within a very short time, you could able to spare your time, and your inaugural address was not only visionary, but also served as a guiding light for the future of Indian rice research and its global relevance. Sir, we are truly inspired by your continued commitment to the cause of Indian agriculture. I would like to thank all the delegates of the dais, especially guest of honors, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, DDG Education, Dr. Professor Aldous Janaya, who is also always a partner in our program, Vice Chancellor PGTU, Dr. A.K. Singh, Former Director IARI, Dr. S.K. Pradhan, ADG FFC, Dr. Sharda Jayalakshmi Madam, Vice Chancellor Angro, and I have seen the galaxy of scientists of the dais. I think I may be missing many people, that Dr. V.P. Singh, Dr. Mishra, Dr. B.N. Singh, Dr. Ravindra Babu, Dr. Krishna Kumar, Dr. Katti, Dr. S.K. Das, Dr. Subbarao, Dr. Parekh, and many other. I think I have seen our earlier director, Dr. S.R. Oletti, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, many more are there. And I would like to thank all directors who are present at Hyderabad, especially thanks to Sara Satyavati Madam, Dr. Mathur sir, and all other representatives from the other institutes. I would like to thanks to Director Dr. R.L. Sundaram. You all know that a small event also takes a lot of effort, and its encouragement, and it made this program a grand success. We also thank my friends of Rice Research, and your presence and participation what gives a meaning to this meeting. Thank you for being here and contributing to this landmark occasion of the Diamond Jubilee celebration. Thank you one and all. I request to assemble for a group photo followed by refreshment. A slight delay has happened. So I would like to thank one and all. I missed anybody. It is not intentional. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind and Jai Kisan.
As we come to a conclusion of the inaugural session, let us stand and pay respects to the national anthem. I request all of you to assemble in the front of the auditorium on my right hand side for a group photo. Please leave the first exit for the dignitaries.
Long service. गाड़ी चले बाद में हाथ लेकर चलो आइटम लोकल करेक्ट फर्स्ट जन तो फिक्स ही चाहिए नेक्स्ट टाइम पर आएगा हटा रहेगा बाहर आएगा ड्रोन ही चला सकता है ग्रुप फोटो तो इकडे बढ़िया सामान करें हाँ बैटरी फिक्स कर लगा तो कल घट कर टाइट से नहीं हाँ आज से हम बच्चा क्या करे बोले तो टाइट से बेल्ट नहीं फाड़े लेकिन लगे लेना तो टाइट लगे लेकिन बोल दो आज बच्चा पाएगा क्या बैटरी फूट गई बैटरी के ये लटकी पड़े ये नहीं ये बैटरी पड़ी ये पाएगा लटकी पड़े ये के तो हाँ हाँ ये के 3000 में ये के तो 1 पेटी अच्छा ओके आता जास्ती से रेट है देखो ठीक है आओ तो
मैं टाइट लगे ఏమో మకే ये लगाए तो मके रिस्क ये लगाए तो मके रिस्क मानो मारो ट्राइपॉड के ऑलरेडी तिका लगा के बचाएंगे दिखता रहो मके ये हां बड़े चल गया हां टाइट में फिट कर लेते हैं तो लगा खड़ी हो हां जमा टाइम लगा वाशरूम का वाशरूम में हमारा 15 मिनट वाशरूम में वाशरूम है आगे से चलो सब दिखाएंगे जरा ऐसा कर ले लोग पूरा जम्मू बोलता टाइम लगा हाथ में डालता रहेगा खाली हाथ में डालता रहेगा वाशरूम लगा इधर 1 सेकंड चलो 1 सेकंड जस्ट हाथ लेके बैठो
ఇస్తామన్నా కొంచెం ఎంత దగ్గర దాదాపు కూడా పిచ్చా ఫోటో మారలేక